Hey guys, how's it going and what's up? Welcome back to our free skate recap of the Rostelecom Cup in Russia.
I'm sick.
He's a little sick, whiny baby, and his throat is itching, so he's having halls.
Oh, I just pop in halls like I pop in like fucking candy. Is that even good for you?
Probably not, but whatever.
Really? Oh, great. Well, if this is my last video, here's what it is.
Okay, so we're going to hit this right off the bat, I think, because I think we need to get this out of the way before we talk about more of the actual event. Let's hit with Gracie Gold right off the top here. Now, as somebody that's battling through all these different mental problems and physical problems, physical problems due to the mental problems, I don't feel that it was a good idea for her to come to this event. A, it being in Russia. B, her not only doing, she's not doing the run-throughs of her programs with all the jumps in them.
Oh, she's not?
No.
Oh, I don't even know who said that.
Well, her practices, it's been...
Well, why would she not do... She
online.
should be doing that, though.
Yes, but she's not up to the fitness level of it yet.
Oh, so then what's the point of her even skating?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I think it was a poor decision...
So that doesn't make sense to me. Hold on, because listen, I suffer from mental illness.
Well, hold on. I was gonna ask you to give your opinion. But so Jesse had suffered from depression, and he had suffered from he does suffer from anxiety.
I had a concussion, and it's basically, I don't know. When you get concussions, I mean, this is just one way, but for me, I had a concussion, and that's what's strung on anxiety, because that's what happens. And then you get taught kind of hey, it's nothing to be scared of, but this is something I have to live with every day in the rest of my life now, is that I get really nervous now a lot more than I ever used to, and I battle, and I'm always anxious for no reason. I'm ready to go all the time, and
you're anxious because you think you're gonna be anxious.
Oh yeah, that's what I battle, because it's been on me so long.
This is a little bit different because Gracie doesn't just battle with that too. It was eating disorders.
And she has a lot more. She actually has a lot more on her plate, because not only she, I'm not in competition. I'm not skating anymore. I'm not doing any of my, anything to do with competitive things. So that's kind of better for her. Her mind also has to adjust to being competitive and going against these people. Meanwhile, while she's battling this type of situation in her head of anxiety or depression or whatever it could be, eating disorder, whatever it is that may cause her those feelings. And you can feel dark sometimes, and you can beat yourself up, and you can get frustrated, and it's so many people can tell you it, but you're the one who ultimately has to get out of those things, and you're the one who ultimately has to be happy somehow, some way. Helping hand is very good, and I'm well aware that she went and did that, right? She went and got lots of it. She's been getting lots of them. She still will for the rest of her life. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually the best way to do it. It's important for us not to feel like there's something wrong with us. There's nothing wrong with us. It's just, for me, it's a nerve system. I'm sure it stems from nerve system from her, because she has lots of...
It could be from different pressures that
right.
I don't know if it has to do with skating.
That sport demands a lot of you got to be skinny and you got to do this. A lot of things can play in full. I mean, Gabby Delman's another one that's having issues with mental. And you know what? I'm glad that this is becoming big and aware in the world, because I think that also help people like me and others who suffer from that. Is okay, so it's not really a bad thing.
It's okay.
In the beginning, you make yourself suffer more because you think, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. Why do I feel like this? Everyone else is happy and I'm not, blah, blah. Everyone has bad days.
You feel like people are going to be judging you or being awkward around you.
And you also don't know. Sometimes you don't know a lot about it. So anyway.
I feel like it's great that she put back on her skates. It's great she was training. That's very important to get into it. Was it probably the smartest idea and whoever's decision this was? Obviously, Gracie had some sort of say in the decision, but there's still the coach, there's still the Figure Skating Association, there's still a whole bunch of people that need to be okay with this. when you do a competition.
Listen, I think she wanted to be brave, you guys, and that's why she did it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I commend her for that. And I'm not gonna sit here and knock her down for it because there's no
this
reason.
Isn't about knocking her down, but it's. I think.
And you know what? It's her decision. I think we should all just respect her decision. And you know what? She's basically didn't do the long program because she was probably playing it smart in her mind. She was like, you know what? I'm not ready. There's no point in me doing this.
Which was the smartest thing. That's definitely smarter to do.
So why? There's no even point of this.
But I'm wondering why it was rushed for her. And out of all places, you're skating in Russia.
Whatever.
At the major Grand Prix event. Why was
at
she
this
rushed
point, there's no
that?
point though of judging why she wanted to do that.
Well, it's not judging. It's a question though. Why?
It is.
Why was everyone okay with doing that?
But who cares? I've seen that on social media and people are asking. But it's like at the end of the day too, she's just trying to be strong. She's trying to will herself back. And yeah, if it was a bad decision or it was a good decision, who gives a shit? She went out there and wanted to see what it's like. She made the decision in the long not to do it, and she'll do it the way she wants. Let her come back the way she wants to. She knows in her mind what she wants to do, and she'll have the guidance from people as well to fall back on. And I think whatever happens, happens with her. Good for her for coming out and coming back from this and letting the world see her again. And how about the world seeing her in the light of she's happy. She's just like everyone else. She has her bad days. She'll have her good days. And, unfortunately for her skating.
Well, hopefully she's happy. As far as people, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, it'll be great for you to come to nationals and don't worry about nationals. And this is something that you can't mentally rush. You can't rush someone to be prepared for nationals. Physically, I don't think it's possible for her to be prepared for
not
nationals.
Physically.
Well, of course.
And whatever she wants to do, honestly, she has my support. So
if she's going to nationals, I hope it's for the right reasons. I hope it's not with her being pushed into doing something before she's ready. I hope it's
nobody will push her. She knows where she is.
She's happy to go skate and go give a performance of whatever. It may not include the triples. It may not, but go out and have a skate with some sort of heart to it, where you're letting people see your emotions, which I think that would be nice to see. But if she's not ready, I would not want her to rush about it. You as an athlete, and some people will think, you're an athlete, there's no excuses. You work hard and you battle through whatever you're going through, and there's no excuses. Get out there and go for it. Is it that kind of mentality people take? Which is, I think, wrong, by the way. You need to have you need to be...
See, but I think the times are changing. Because back then, yes, people would have been like, no, I got to get out there, blah, blah, blah. That's why all these people are suffering from CTE and all this shit, because they would take so many blows in such small time that they never gave their brain and a chance to, first of all, even understand what's going on with them. Nowadays, we have a lot more of the concussion, a lot more of mental awareness. Everything is so much out there now that we're in a world that's saying it's okay not to be okay. And you're allowed...
around the right people. There's still a lot of people that don't share that philosophy.
I guess, but it's still out there more. And you're not going to be judged as harshly as you were before. So I think we're going the right way, and I think that the pressure is not as bad anymore. You look in hockey, you look in football. These guys have to go through concussion protocols. They cannot go back on that ice if they have any signs. Mm-hmm. There's zero. Doesn't matter how much they want to go back out there. They're against their own will. So they can't do it. I don't know how it is in figure skating. I would assume
it's different. She's not suffering from a concussion, right? She's suffering from
mental
disorder and different mental problems.
But that's still something that she clearly took herself out of competition for that understanding. Yeah. She understood what she needed. I think she also probably got guidance, probably from somebody psychologist or whatever it may be. Somebody was helping her guide her to say, listen, no more.
For sure.
You need to take time for yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because she needed to weigh out her options if this was good for her, if she still wanted to do this. But it's all about taking care of yourself first before you can go out and show the world your skills and your talents. So I don't think that there's a huge pressure anymore. I really don't. I think we're seeing it, like what she did, what Gabby Delman's done. We're seeing them now put themselves first, because what is a coach going to do? Tell you to go out there? Well, that's going to get out. Then everyone's going to go against you because movement.
Listen, their coaches like that.
Right? I know, but there's a movement now that you're not going to get away with it as much. There's going to be no harsh. So I don't see that happening too much. So.
Anyways, I'm not I'm not a psychologist. I'm not 100% familiar with Gracie's comeback. I don't know who she's seen. I don't know her team. I don't know what's been happening. But basically, I just wanted to say I'm hoping that she's not being rushed into something that she's not ready for.
Mentally is almost bigger than physically, you guys.
Well, for sure.
You mentally have to be secure. You mentally have to be in the moment, and you mentally have to be able to take the criticism, take all that glory that can go to your head. You got to be able to take all the bad with it and the negative. And that's falling. That's having a bad day, having a bad practice, having a bad competition. It's all about her mental game. Is she going to be strong enough? And that she can be. Of course she can do it. She just needs to make sure she's basically supporting herself with good people. And people around her that are going to give her support.
You need a support.
You cannot have negative and bad things and bad comments and people nagging on you. She can, even without anxiety, you guys. So even somebody without mental illness or doesn't have anxiety issues or whatever and feels confident in their body and they're always, they're happy. They also have to surround themselves with support too and positive people. It's not just people like me who have anxiety or who suffer from even different things. Everybody needs it. If you're happy, your body and your mind and your soul and your brain, everything is going to feel happy.
You can't be your best physically if you're not ready mentally.
Right.
You have to take care of yourself. So anyways, I wish her well in her recovery. I hope she sees the right people and surrounds herself with the right people. And I hope she trains hard, and when she's ready, I'm totally ready to watch her. Yeah. Okay. So let's go on with the rest of the ladies. This is Alexia Paganini of Switzerland. I think she skated her heart out. I noticed her last year in her light airy skating. She seems like a complete sweetheart. She got by far her best score she's ever gotten. She got 182.5 overall. So there's still a while to go, but I do like her jumps. I do like her artistry. She really needs to work on her overall stamina. She really needs to work on her speed. She's definitely lacking in a few areas, but I guarantee you she would have had a medal this time at this competition if she would have had a little bit bigger of a PCS, which I'm sure purely came from only speed. If she would have been faster through that whole program and not ran out of gas, which she visibly did, she would have definitely won a medal for Switzerland, which has been a very, very, very long time since a lady from Switzerland has won any Grand Prix medal. But she was very close. She was only 3 points from third place. Third place, Eunsu Lim of Korea. Kind of sketchy short program. She was sixth after the short, and she rebounded to third in the free skate, and she got third overall. So that was interesting to see a South Korean lady come on the podium. Sofia Samodorova, another Russian lady, came up and stole a silver medal. Did you watch her skate? Did you watch her skate?
I didn't like her.
Why?
I'm trying to hide behind her because I might get some haters. I don't know, I didn't like her.
Because?
Skating program, ugh. She wasn't for me. I know, she just wasn't for me.
Skating program, ugh. Listen, this whole ladies field really wasn't top tier.
Like I said to him, unfortunately, because of her, because we're used to the Russians being so good, she's so far down the bowl, I don't know what's going to happen. She ain't going to be in the race for 1, 2, and 3 at the Russian Nationals.
Likely not. 1, 2, 3 at Russian Nationals are probably almost certainly going to be.
I want to go to the Russian skating because it's so good.
I would go. Medvedeva, Zagiova, and Tuktamasheva, I think are going to round out the top 3. I think Sotskova will be in there somewhere 4th, 5th.
Was she in
I don't
this
know.
or
No?
Oh.
Polina Tverskaya was in it. She finished well down there. She was 8th.
Well, that's what
she did not skate good. But Zagitova, convincing win, huge win. It was over 20 points in the win. She skated well, not perfect. It's still, and the same thing with her last competition. My opinion of her Carmen still is the same. It's very
It lacks.
It's just
Kate.
I don't look forward to watching it. It's very
Hold on. In the beginning of her long program of that's Carmen, right?
Carmen, yeah.
Don't you guys feel like she just skates around and jumps to the jump again? And then she I do love when she does that. I always say that backwards, like she goes into backwards, raising her legs straight in the air, and it comes back
Your
down.
head goes down.
And then she jumps. I mean, that's impressive. I love that. I really do love that. But I find, like, in the beginning, like, almost half of it is so boring in the beginning. It's literally just skating. She literally skates around the entire ice just doing jumps. She plants them here and there. And I'm like, ugh, it's so boring for me. Like, Carmen was so much more exciting than that. And the program clearly shows that she wants to put in those jumps. She has to reserve energy. And that's fine. But then I don't want to see her PS or PCS that high. I'm sorry, but that's facts. No one can tell me that her PCSs are those marks. That's not even comparable to me. But
and I'm still having trouble. Like Carmen, to me,
the end is good though. I like her end. She fills it there.
I'm comparing Carmen to who's Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer did Carmen. They were out of this ballpark with that one. That was unreal. Even going back into Katarina Witt when she did Carmen, that was Carmen. There's been Debbie Thomas, same thing. Carmen, the Battle of the Carmens in the 80s. There, those were strong Carmen performances that are always going to hold the test of time. Hers, I don't see that. It's going to be one of those forgettable programs. No one's going to say bring back Carmen.
Yeah, like honestly, that's what I think. It's forgettable. It's too forgettable.
She's not a big enough skater,
right,
to fill that music, in my opinion.
And I would like one of those haters to comment to me and tell me where is her PS scores in those? Like, I'm sorry, but she does not deserve that high of marks. She's not the best skater in the game, you guys. I don't care.
Oh, of course she's not.
But they're giving her that, and it makes no sense to me whatsoever. She is not even close. Well, I shouldn't say close, but she's not the top. There are just as many better skaters.
Watch her arm movements and the dramatic arm movements versus her footwork. It's very... If you pay attention to it, it's hidden really well. That she's dramatic in the steps with her arms. But the steps aren't as strong as the music or the drama suggests they are, if that makes any sense. Watch her next time.
Yeah, you're just saying that she does a lot more.
Rewatch it
with her arms.
Right.
She really she emphasizes more up here instead of down there.
The edges aren't that strong. Her footwork isn't that strong. There are better out there, but it's hidden very well. And I think that's going to maybe catch
She's a great jumper
with her.
I like her as a jumper. She can jump good. I do.
Yeah. Oh, I like her jumps too. She does some fantastic jumps. Part of the other thing with the jumping, though, as she grows up, and I think this goes back to Medvedeva moving too for the longevity. She wants more longevity, which is why she's going to Brian Orser. The Russian technique that camp, like Atari's camp, does is all their young girls are doing quads, triple axels, all this stuff. What skater of hers has gone on past 19 years old, 20 years old? There's who? Like, I don't know.
I know, I was going to say.
They have all gone on.
And what's funny is Zagitova, she screwed up a lot more this year than she has all last year.
Right.
Which is so weird on her jumping. It's already taking a tarnish.
Well,
slowly but surely.
She's growing into. She's bigger now. I mean, between last year and this year, you see a difference. She looks more senior. She's a little bit more.
I agree. She does look more senior.
She doesn't look as 14-year-old juvenile. Okay?
Yeah, I agree.
She's growing into herself. So I'm wondering how that's going to affect her. Can her jumping technique sustain her growth?
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting to see how long she lasts.
Well, just look, we're not getting the same marks as we're used to.
Right.
From any
one
right now.
Right.
Except for that one girl. Really
yeah. So anyways, so that was the ladies. Zagitova, she won, well, I mean, handily, but listen, she was not anywhere close to what her record scores are and stuff like that. She only had a 222. So listen, that's beatable. So
well, it's definitely in competition.
Oh, for sure, it's in competition. Absolutely, but I'm just saying.
No, I mean, but like in competition for everyone. Like, there's a few of them that can all reach that, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So let's touch on the ice dance. Again, this wasn't the strongest field, but I will say good for Sarah Hurtado and Kirill. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Calvin?
That's fine. If he sees us, he'll tell you how to say it.
Hey, so I am impressed with the silver medalists from Spain. They actually skated really well. They ended up getting second, just ahead of the Americans in the free dance or in the short. I think they had enough short program. Was it enough short program? No, the Americans were second after the short, and then the Spanish beat them in the free, and they actually ended up getting a silver medal for Spain in ice dance, which has not really ever happened in the Grand Prix. But Stepanova and Buchan, again, ran away with this. They got 199.43. Hurtado and Kalevin were 174.42. And Carrera and Ponomarenko were with 74.21 of the United States. And the list goes down from there. So, I really like Christina and Anthony's skating. I really like their lines. I really like their connection. I think for U.S. ice dance, they're going to be one of their future stars. I really do. And I really like Stepanova and Buchan's twizzles. I say this all the time. I love it. When they go down really low and they do like that shoot the duck position and they twizzle like that, it's so hard to do, and they do it so good. I just love watching them. I get so excited every time they do it, and they do it good. I sit there clapping on my sofa for them. It's embarrassing. Did you have anything to add with ice dance?
No.
So let's go to pairs. Pairs. So, okay. Again, Trasov and Morozov. Really, it wasn't really a competition. Again, they won by 17 points. They did get 220.25.
That's nice.
But again, their free program is beautiful. They have such nice music. It really suits them. I'm so glad they chose a good set of music this year for their free program, unlike last year's Candyman.
I thought they had another stupid one.
They do. Their short program.
Oh,
that's the problem. Their short program. Still, I don't understand it. I think they've improved it slightly over the course of the season.
To be honest, the Canadian broadcasters didn't like it either.
Oh, really?
On CBC, they were saying again.
I actually didn't even watch that.
The girl, who's the girl that, the one I don't like? She's older. She's like British or something.
Oh, Carol?
Yeah. What's her name?
Carol Lane.
Carol what?
Lane.
Lane? So Carol Lane even said, she's like, I just don't understand it. Again, they're such elegant skaters. You know,
they are. Well, they are, though.
But she said as well, like, she doesn't understand that music choice. It hurts them.
Their style of skating does not look good skating to James Brown. Like...
It's James Brown.
It's not... I feel good.
Oh, that's what they skate to?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird.
Like, it's so weird.
It doesn't sound like a figure skating song to me.
But it's like they have all these beautiful elements in this program,
but it just doesn't match.
And they have these beautiful lifts,
the
and
tempo,
these beautiful jumps, and it's like they're skating to something completely different. And like every once in a while, they'll both raise their hand and do a snap in the air when the music calls for it. And I'm like, no, like it doesn't work. I understand them wanting to branch out and do something exciting and fun.
I think that's what they're doing. They're trying to branch out, but it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
It's got to match it.
You want to branch out, you got to make sure it works when you branch out. Not like picking a song because you want to pick a song.
I agree. There's actually, honestly, there's a lot of music choices this year that I really questioned. Especially some of the American skaters too. Like, I don't understand their music choices, but whatever. That's not for this topic right now. So, anyways, they ran away with it. Nicole Della Monica and Matteo Grorisa of Italy won the silver medal. Again, that was a 13-point victory over third place. So they are set for the Grand Prix final.
Who is here?
And Morozov are set for the Grand Prix final. They are definitely, I think, one of the favorites to win a world medal this year. The Italians, I think they could probably get into bronze pretty easily. The race for bronze at Worlds for pairs, I think, is going to be between a few people. Gold will be between Tarasov and Morozov and James and Cipre. And bronze could be anyone from, I think, the Italians to Kirsten Moore Towers and Dylan Moskovich, the Canadians, to I don't even know in my head right now, actually. I can't think of any. Fourth place, the Austrians, the Austrian champs for, I don't know how many years they've won their championships now, but Miriam Ziegler and Severin Kiefer, they finished fourth, only a few points off the podium, and they shot themselves in the foot. They had a few mistakes, I had a few lift errors. It definitely put them over that edge to be fourth, but they could have easily won a bronze medal in this event, but it wasn't in the cards for them. The young Russians, Daria and Denis, took the bronze medal. They're actually very nice skaters. They, again, were not mistake-free, but they did surpass everyone else. You know who I'm disappointed with this year?
Me?
Stellato, Dudek, and Bartholomew, the Americans, they withdrew, but again, an absolutely disastrous short program. Completely disastrous. They have been disastrous all year. I don't know what's going on with them. And also, the Australian team, they were up and coming.
Okay, stop yawning.
God. They were up and coming for a while, and now they've kind of plateaued, and I find them making silly mistakes all over the place. I don't know if it's time for a coaching change or a training change or whatever, but I was really looking forward to them after they had won those World Juniors, and now, I mean, that was only a handful of years ago. It was, what, one or two years ago, I think? No? Well, you look so impressed.
I'm tired.
It's 9:30.
I know, but I'm so tired.
Okay. And now the men! So, the men again. How disappointing can we get with the men, you guys? This year, the whole men's field has been a huge giant
Okay, but my
shit job
Hanyu had an
disappointment.
excuse.
I'm not even talking about Hanyu. I'm talking about everyone. Actually,
I know, but I have to build an excuse on top of his excuse.
Actually, I need to give a clap for Maurice. I'm not even going to pronounce his name because I can't. Just like
Who's Morris?
Kavilashvili. Vitlashvili. That's it. The skater from Georgia. He's the one who won the silver medal. Obviously, that's huge for his country. That's huge for him. It's huge for his self-confidence. He comes with a Grand Prix silver medal. How great is that for him? That's fantastic for his federation. Fantastic for his team. His everything.
Wasn't greater than Hanyu won the gold, so that's all that matters. Poor Hanu, if he's hurt and he's out of this year, I'm so
Yeah, so let's talk about Hanyu. So
I'm retiring if he's out.
So Hanyu had twisted his ankle going...
No.
I don't know if it was the practice going into the
Yeah, he couldn't even
program.
do his practice properly.
Yeah, okay. So he still skated fairly well considering he had that injury. He's not sure where he's going to be. I haven't heard anything about the Grand Prix
No
final.
kidding, he landed everything except for near the end.
Yeah, and that was...
And then it was like, oh...
I think the injury really set in now after the fact, so he's going to take some time off the ice to heal his injury, but I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's sitting out a Grand Prix final and what he's doing with nationals and stuff. I mean, really, the Japanese Skating Federation is going to want him healthy for the World Championships. Yeah. So sitting out of nationals and the Grand Prix final, as far as a fan perspective, sucks because we really want to see him, but he'll be a lock to go to Worlds regardless, so it doesn't really matter. But him being him, he's going to want to compete, but he's going to have to be smart, and he can't rush his injury. He said it's not as sore as it was last time, but it's not getting better quite yet. So we'll.
So why? Like, what does that mean? Like, did he?
I think it was with his ligaments again.
Oh, did he go for surgery for that? Or no?
I don't think so. Oh, originally?
Well, I don't know what happened last time.
Well, he was out for a long time with that injury last time. Remember, he was out for a very long time.
And it's the same thing. It's the same one.
Yeah.
Recurring. Oh, that's not good. Because if it's the same thing,
but I don't think it's as bad. And it wasn't even like he hurt his skating. Like he twisted his ankle, like walking.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Jesus, my poor boy. And he did such an amazing... Did he get 110 in a short? This was his record one?
Oh, yeah. His short was, like, insane.
Like, he looked so good, and you could tell he was looking... And then all of a sudden, of course, an injury happens, and he's just so incredible.
He really is. But listen, it wasn't his goods. Like, he won't like a 278.
No,
but let's face it this way, honestly.
His worst is better than most people's best.
The way the men have been skating this year, a 278 could win the Worlds.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. No one has...
And that's his worst.
Like, no one...
So what does he do when he just has a bad day? Never mind his worst day.
I don't know. But, okay, so you know who else we can talk about?
No. Me.
Mikhail Koliada.
Oh,
what? Honestly, I was so happy he landed his. It was the free. By the way, his free skate again wasn't the best.
He started off good, and then
he started off so
again.
good, and then I was like, "Oh, third jump coming up." I'm like, oh, "He should start popping around here." Of course, pop. I was like, "Oh my god!"
I was like, "Poor Koliada."
He
needs a sports coach. He does.
Clearly, is a mental issue.
It's clearly a mental thing.
I don't know. I don't know if he's seeing anyone, but Mikhail, you need to go see a sports psychologist.
It's a mental thing. He's fine the way he jumps. He's fine the way he skates. It's clearly something gets in his head, or he gets nervous before he's ready to jump because he starts putting pressure on himself. He's going there with zero pressure and just tell himself. I mean, it's always easier said than done.
Well, of course.
That's the concept you got to go into it, and unfortunately, and I like him so much. It's too bad.
I do too. He's pretty cute too.
He's just a very good skater, and like
he is a good skater.
He's jumped like I was telling him when he jumps, it looks like he's 7 feet off the freaking ice.
Oh, his jumps are
does he get up there? Big. I can't believe how high he gets, but he's just not landing.
And his short program was complete disaster. He was 8th after the short. Keegan Messing was...
Oh my god, I want to say something fast about Keegan.
7th.
Do you guys watch when Keegan jumps? And if he falls, do you ever notice this is him jumping? He's like, whoop, fell, boom, back up. Like, he's just he falls so fast, gets up. Like, you don't even know he falls because he jumps up so fast.
The quickest faller in figure skating.
Holy, I'm like, you can't blink because if you blink, you won't know if he, like, landed or not.
I think he's the only skater that probably doesn't need to lose PCS scores because of your fall.
Yeah. Like you
He was
literally
up so fast, like he landed the jump. Like
like he literally bounces off the ice.
like
It's so funny.
if a judge blinks on a landing and he falls, like the judge might miss it.
I just said that.
Oh.
Holy how embarrassing.
But yeah, poor Keegan. It wasn't his competition. He was 5th overall. I don't even know. I don't know what that means for the Grand Prix final because he was second.
Yeah, well, you have to wait.
He was
The
second in
last
his
Grand Prix
first
final.
event. Now all the guys have been all over the place, up here, down there. So I don't actually know. Like usually on any other year, if you were out of the medals on one of your events, you're not making it. This year, I actually don't know.
I know because so many people
I
been
really
in and
don't.
out, but we'll see.
Again, Koliata didn't medal in this event either. Like he's like.
Oh, he ain't making it.
He's the only one in the world that could either like almost win worlds or finish
lose it.
Like not even make the free skate. I don't know what to say about him.
And it's funny because I mean, what are the Russian going to do if he doesn't do good? They don't really have anyone.
The Russian man.
But Eliev isn't good enough.
They're very inconsistent.
You guys, by the end of this video, I'm going to eat all these alls.
Alexander Majarov of Sweden again. By the way, okay,
Maybe I'm sick.
baby.
My shoulder hurts.
His legs are so big.
I'm
Have
so
you noticed how big his legs are?
No, but you told me
They're
he looks
huge.
like mine.
Yeah, they do. Like, he's so bottom heavy. Like, he is.
Okay, what is that supposed to mean if he looks like me? So I'm bottom heavy?
Okay, you have a bigger butt than most guys, but you suit it. I like your butt.
I'm not sure if that's an insult.
No, it's not.
Maybe you make it sound like it's...
He is. He's so... I didn't say that. I didn't say fat. He's so muscular. And his, like, black leather pants and that, like, skating thing, like, they're... Like, you just see everything. Anyways, not that I'm complaining. But, so, again, he was 3rd after the short program, put himself, again, in position to maybe medal at a Grand Prix event, and he falls apart in that long program. His long program, his free skate just kills him. That poor guy can't muster up anything, which is super disappointing because, I mean, guys from Sweden don't normally get into this position.
Yeah.
He can't hold it together, and I'm really pulling for him. I really hope he comes around.
But that's...
I really
we know
hope
that.
he-
I always tell you that's the difference of the tops. I mean, not that you don't know that, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's the top. You could have a great short, but you need to be able to have a long program too.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, you're not going to go.
Yeah. So yes, Hanyu wins. Morrissey Kvitsalashvili was 2nd. Kazuki Tomono was 3rd. Koliade was 4th. Keegan Messing 5th. Paul Fentz 6th. Andre
Koliot
Dawson
actually ended
7th.
up getting 4th.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not
He
as good as it. It's
He
so
only had
bad.
225.
Oh my gosh.
The silver medalist was 248. And Morrissey skated pretty clean. Like, that was almost probably what he's gonna tops.
Yeah.
But again, this year, honestly, if he skates like that in Worlds and everyone else shits the bed like they've been doing this year, who knows? Honestly,
What was he again?
could be
5th or
getting a
6th?
medal too.
Keegan, is he 5th or 6th?
5th. He was 7th in the short, 6th in the long, and 5th overall. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see the next Grand Prix event. Super excited for the next Grand Prix event. So, International de France in Grenoble has a pretty stacked lineup.
I hope my
I'm
Medvedev
super
does good, you
excited.
guys. I want to see. I
I'm
haven't been inspired by freaking Brian Oyster's new Medvedev yet. So I hope I'm inspired a little bit more than I
okay,
was
but
earlier.
listen, Medvedeva is
I know
in
she's
a
changing
rebuild,
things.
okay? Like, even, like, come Worlds, like, she may not be ready. Like, this is
I
This is a
know.
long-term thing to go to the Olympics again.
I know, but I want to see the old Medvedev. I miss her. Like, I miss seeing... I don't know. Some people don't like her, like, whole kind of thing, but I love it. I mean, to me, that's what made her. And that was the difference. But, I mean, I guess she does need to change it to some few things.
So, the next competition for men in France, we have a pretty stacked field. So we have
I'll do my clapping thing again.
Nathan Chen, Jason Brown, Boying Jin, Alexander Samaran, Denis Vasilyevich, Dmitry Aliev kind of round out the top ones that could make some movement. The ladies is stacked. The ladies event's going to be really good.
Who? Medvedeva.
So the ladies we have.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be such tough
Okay, who's gonna? Okay, so Marin Honda, Rika Kahira versus Evgenia Medvedeva.
I know. I can't wait to see what happens.
That's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, but Meds isn't gonna be there because she's not ready yet.
She's still getting her scores.
No, she's
only because she bombed. Like if she skates clean, she'll definitely be up there.
Yeah, but how's she gonna skate clean?
What do you mean how
she's trying to learn her new moves?
Yeah, well, we'll have to see. Brady Tennell, Alexia Paganini has her second Grand Prix. I don't think she'll finish fourth in this event.
Not this event.
Maria Soskova, which she's really underperforming this year, you guys.
She hasn't been performing well even last year, though.
Yeah. Mai Miyahara. And yeah, then there's the two French ladies.
So, like, the top, four are really tough? Kihara, Medvedeva, Miyahara.
Honda, Rika Kahira, Mai Miyahara, Evgenia Medvedeva,
that's
and
gonna be a
Brady
strong
Tennell.
Yeah, and Brady Tennell. That's going to be strong.
Yeah, it's going to be a good top five.
Yeah, I was going to say, to try and get to the top five is going to be
it is. And then for...
It never used to be for Medvedeva, but with her new coaching decision, it's going to be tough.
And then Ice Dance. Honestly, Ice Dance has a very good field too. This is the best Grand Prix event this year, you guys, for Ice Dance. Papadakis and Cicerone come back. It's their first Grand Prix event of the season. The last event of the season for the Grand Prix season anyways. I'm super excited to see what they have to bring to the table this year. Nobody knows what they're going to be doing. There's been no videos out. There's been nothing, so it's going to be super surprising. I can't wait to see a good performance in the short and the free by Paul and Piper.
I can't wait to go to bed.
Yeah. I really, again, the other French team, L'Oreal and Lagac, their rhythm dance, I love their rhythm dance. It was Moulin Rouge, Chicago? One of the two. I think it's Moulin Rouge. And there is Sinitsina and Katsalapov. They're in it. Hawaii and Baker, who won their last Grand Prix event by kind of surprise. They're in it. So there's going to be some nice ice dancing in this one. So this is going to be a really good event to watch, you guys. I think this is going to be the best Grand Prix event of the year. It's going to be really interesting to recap to see where people are before the Grand Prix final. Going to see who is in the Grand Prix final to come in Vancouver. And then we get into the second half of the season with everyone's, with the Europeans and the four continents and everyone's nationals. And then that'll lead us up to Worlds. So it's pretty exciting coming up. So, if you guys want to leave a comment below, push the thumbs up button and subscribe. That would be great. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's BMBRman85 is my handle on Twitter. And we are the FreeSkate on Facebook, so you can come join us there too. And until next week, when we recap the Grand Prix of France, we will see you then. So thanks.
You guys, I was daydreaming into the camera, and when I looked back, Ryan was still talking. Just saying.
Wow, he's a ball of excitement today.
I'm sick.
Okay, say bye to your loyal fans.
Bye.
Okay, bye.